Alright guys, we're back. So, last episode we worked on our tin production. We got that sort of fixed. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's given us more tin than what we were getting before. So we're good to go on that. So this episode we're going to start working on producing some of the other metals that we can now produce and that we need. And the first we're going to start with is cobalt, because we're working on artillery, and artillery requires cobalt steel. So we're going to work on cobalt first, but let's go through and see what we got here. So this is the production line, for titanium. So it starts off with sapphirite ore. We chemically change it. We go through a leaching plant, which is going to start giving us, on top of the stuff we've already been getting out of it, the nickel, the silicone, what have you, it's going to start giving us titanium ore. And then we can process the titanium ore. Takes a little bit to process, and in the end, it's going to give us titanium plate. So there's titanium. This is bronze. Bronze is pretty easy. It's just recombining two things we've already got, the copper and the tin, and ultimately that's going to give us bronze. So that's pretty straightforward and easy. This is uranium. Now, we changed up. We're not making this stereotype anymore. We're making a little teeny tiny bit of it in one plant as an off process of something else we're doing. But that's what we need to do to get us uranium. We're not gonna worry about that yet. We're gonna have to add some more crystallizers and stuff to do that. And then next we've got, all the way over here, we have gold. And this is the process for gold. We're already making the rubyite. We're going to have to do this floaty tank thing. We're going to have to do the leaching thing. And then that's going to ultimately give us gold, along with the other stuff that we already got. So we're basically adding this leaching plant to all of these systems is what we're adding in the middle. So if you're planning out your factory, plan out to add these in the middle so you don't have to squeeze them in like I'm going to have to do. Now, lastly, we've got cobalt. And cobalt is the one we need right now. We need this cobalt plate in order to make our artillery. And it's pretty simple. It's the same thing we're doing with the rest of them. We're going to have to add this leaching plant. Now, we're already making these jovolite chunks, okay? And we're taking the jovolite chunks straight into a sorter, and it's given us these first 5 items, which is iron, copper, aluminum, and zinc, and of course slag. Now we're going to add one more process to it, and we're going to start getting some cobalt ore out. The problem is, of course, because I didn't know this, we didn't leave ourselves room to stick this in. So we're going to have to kind of shoehorn it in. I've got an idea. We'll see if it works. The other thing we're going to need is, as part of this, we need this hydrofluoric acid. And this plant is going to make hydrofluoric acid. It's basically stuff that we're already making. We're already making the fluoric waste with the jovolite that's up there. So we're just going to take it off. We're going to add it to this process. We're going to add a few more ingredients to it, sulfuric acid. And it's going to go round and round, and it's going to come in, and it's going to go back into our float tank process. So that's going to give us this. So we've got to squeeze all of this into our process. So what I'm going to do, first off, is we're going to make a blueprint of this, because we can stick this anywhere and pipe it in. So we're gonna blueprint that. Up here, the only thing we're really adding, other than this processing on the outside, is we're adding these leach plants. This is pretty straightforward. We can put that in and not have to worry about it. We're gonna put these leach plants in. So let's go up here and see what we got. See if we can't figure it out. This episode we're gonna do cobalt. Next episode, we'll maybe do the titanium or the gold or something. But this episode is going to be strictly the cobalt. We're going to get our cobalt process running so that we can start stocking up on some cobalt, so that when we get our artillery, we can start making a couple of our artillery pieces. And I'm hoping I can squeeze this in. I made 3 of these leach plants. We're going to use 4 of them. I'm going to steal one from down there once we get this set up. But here's where we're having to stick it. So we got 3 of these float cells. I made an additional float cell. It's in here somewhere. There it is. I think we're going to stick that other float cell where this tank is. Move this tank out of the way. And start using it. That's going to be the fluoritic acid that's going to come, our fluoric wastewater, whatever, is going to come in through our process. So we're going to move this out of the way, put another float tank here, try and speed this up because we're a little low on aluminum. So we're going to put 4 of these and 4 of those and see if that does anything for us. Let's see, what's the processing time on this? 2 seconds. The other ones are 2 seconds. So here's where I'm thinking we're going to do this. I'm hoping we can squeeze 4 of these in here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I think maybe we can squeeze them in like that, bring our Jovite down, and then send it back out. We'll have to see if we can do that. But that's going to be what we're going to try and do. So, what do these need? These need this hydrofluoric acid input, and they're going to just give us that out. So, oh man, and of course they don't. Of course they don't line up. So we're going to have to bring it. Why couldn't they have put it in the freaking middle? All right, guys, whoever did these models, I hate you. I mean, it's a challenge, but I hate you. All right, so here, 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 and here's where it's going to be, right? So then if we come out with it here and out with it here, we can combine those 2 back up, and we can come in with it here. Maybe it's not going to be as bad as what I thought. Go to there, go to there. Right? All right, maybe we move over 1 just to give us room for the pipes. And that'll be out. Right? All right, let's cut off the input to this real quick. We don't want to waste all of this fluid. Do we have another tank? We don't have another tank. Let's see if we can build another tank. Stone, iron, steel. I'm going to pump that tank empty. Steel. Iron. I don't know that we grabbed enough of either of those. All right. Yeah, now we can make a tank. Come on, hurry up. Got people waiting. Alright, so there's our tank. Try and line this up. We're going to put it way the hell out here, out of our way. I thought I got a pump. There's a pump. All right, let's pump that tank empty. So that we can get that tank out of our way. Right, that should be going down. There we go. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to try this. So 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That should still connect to that. So then we're going to take this down, right? That's where we're going to bring it down from. Because then we can put in another, yeah, we'll be able to squeeze it in there, I hope. We're going to find out. Right? And then that's going to come back up somehow. And come back into those. I keep finding these little pieces of copper and shit all over the place. I guess I dropped a bunch at some point. I don't know. Let's try something here. Let's see if we can shorten this to just there. Okay. We're gonna do this. Here, this is talk about Spaghetti King. I think that'll work. Wow. Talk about spaghetti. I think this is going to work, guys. That's some serious spaghetti foo there. All right, that's still going out there and going up there. This is coming up, making a U-turn and going there and into those. And then that's going to go down into them. Holy crap, guys, I think we did it. Now we just got to wait for this to empty. And see if we can squeeze another one of these in here. And then that's going to come down there, up and around, and up. up there, right? Yeah. We just got to wait for this tank to empty. And then we'll see if we can squeeze another one of these in here. I'm hoping we can. We're going to need... What we're going to need is we're going to need this, though. Because we're going to need to be able to bring this pipe to here. So that we can hook into that. And then that pipe will come across to there. And then we'll just have to worry about our gazintas and our gazoutas, and we'll figure them out. One there, one. It's going to be a squeeze. It is going to be a squeeze. Yeah, it's going to be a squeeze. We'll figure it out. We may only get one output out of this one, as opposed to two. It looks like that's okay, though. It doesn't look like it really needs to be two. How are we going to bring the inputs in, though? Might have to bring it down and around here somehow. We can do that. All right, is that empty? Close enough to being empty. All right, let's pick this pipe back up. We'll be back for you. All right, let's go down and get that other... No, we need a float tank. We've already got one of those. There it is. We got a float cell right there. All right. So, like that, right? That brings that in there, brings that out there, and it's going to bring it to this, but we're going to get rid of this as well. Because we're going to bring that around there. Okay. Now we need to bring in... yeah, we're only going to be able to do one out of that, I think. Right? And then we've got to bring in, and we've got to get rid of our purple geode. The purple geode we can put right there. That'll get rid of the purple geode. Now we need inputs. And I think we can do our input there. That'll bring that in there. That'll take it out. That'll take that out. That'll take that out. It's got to power those. And then we got to bring this out. Now, we're probably going to take it a couple of places. That is our fluoritic wastewater. Now we need to put down this And I think we're going to do it. Shit. Maybe we shouldn't have put that tank right where we put it. We could have put the plant there. Well, we can still... You know what? Oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to deafen everybody. I think we can put it right there. Alright, we just need the 2 chem plants and the hydro plant from down there. I think we're going to down and we're going to get all of the stuff that we need from there, rather than making more. Let's not waste. So it's this process here. So we are going to want this guy. And we're going to want all of this. All right. It's going to give us all the stuff we need with the exception of our smelting. Alright, so now this is our fluoritic waste input. So we're going to come from there to here. We're going to at some point probably move this tank anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So there's our input. And then we need our fluoritic waste. It's going to give us fluorite ore, mineral water, and mineralized water and purified water. So mineralized water, we can bring it up here, I do believe, right? Isn't this mineralized sludge? And this is going to be mineralized water. Shit. All right, let's see something here. Mineralized water. Will give us sapphirite ore and citrite ore. That's the process we're doing. I think it's right here, isn't it? Yeah, so there's our mineralized water. I knew there was a place that we could dump this. So we can dump that. Oops, shit. right there. All right, so that's going to get rid of our mineralized water. This is purified water, which we also are up there. So we can send that up there as well. And since that's already hooked into our system, it'll get rid of it. All right. And then that's going to give us this fluorite ore, which is what we're trying to get. These two we don't care about. It's our fluorite ore. And then our fluorite ore, along with sulfuric acid, which we need to bring in sulfuric acid. And we need to bring it into here. And I think we have it on... Come on, get out of there. I think we already have it on the bus. That's sulfurite dioxide gas. This is sulfuric acid right here. So we can bring it down. And we need it right into there, right? But we also need it going over here. So there's our sulfuric acid into there. That goes into there. So this we need purified water, which we kind of already have. We'll just tap off of it. So that's going to go there. That'll go there. Right, that'll be our purified water. This is going to be sulfur dioxide gas and calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate we will put into a chest for now. Or no, that's lime. Calcium sulfate comes out of here. Okay, so there's... Where does this go? Hydrofluoric acid. Where were we sending the hydrofluoric acid? Oh, the hydrofluoric acid is what we need over here. We're doing all of that in order to get that right there. So that's what we got to bring over there. So that's got to come down. Because that's got to come over here. That ain't going to reach there. All right. No. All right, we're going to have to come this way with it. Come on. All right, so that's the hydrofluoric acid. It's going to come down here. That's got to go over there. Okay. We'll worry about that in a minute. Hydrofluoric acid's got to come down here. All right, and then we just got to connect these two, right? Yeah. And that's as easy as doing that. So that comes down there. That supplies all of that. Now we got to bring this one over there. Right, so that's going to come up in there. That's going to supply that. All right. That's going to come down there and supply that. That's going to give us these outputs here and here that are going to go up there. That's going to bring that in. The only thing we should have left over at that point is lime. What is this that's got to come in? Purified water. That's the purified water that we got coming here. We also need it here. Right? So maybe we stop pumping it away. Maybe we just let it naturally. All right. Let's fire this puppy up and see if it works. All right, so that's going into there. That's going into there. Well, we're making lime, so we know this is working. And that's a feed that goes out of here, goes into here, back around to here. So that is how we're getting rid of our sulfuric acid. We're just running it back around and into this process. That's what the whole point of this is. And then this comes down here. And that goes into here to supply that. So now we need to power this. Oh, we need to drop our other tank, right? So there's that tank, there's that tank. It should be getting what it's needing. And then that's that one, and that's that one. We just got to power them. Okay, so there's that, there's that, there's that. That and that. right? So now this should be taking these in and putting these out. They'll come up here on this line. It goes right up here into these guys. Now these guys need another output. Because now they're going to make cobalt and as well as everything else. Where are we going to come out? And I think we'll come out one here, and one will break a line here and come out. So if we break a line there, and we come out here, we reach long, and we tell this to come out with cobalt. Right? That'll come out to there. And if we come under there, that'll be our other cobalt. There's that. So we want one there and one there to power those. And then we change this recipe to this recipe. Why is this not? Oh, because we're too far away. There. Now we'll have it on both sides. All right, now we got to take our cobalt away. So that goes down there, that goes over. Oh, no. We copied the whole thing. We didn't want to copy the whole thing. Just wanted to copy the filter, not the reach. Okay. Right? Right. Now, let's go down here. Now we're making cobalt. Now we're going to process it. Now there may be some tweaking we have to do to that recipe, or to the, not the recipe, but the setup, to get it to balance out a little more properly, but we will deal with that. Alright, so there is our cobalt. Right? So let's get rid of that. Let's do that. And then let's pick this whole thing up. Basically what we're going to need is we're going to need an input for, I believe it's iron. Yeah, steel rather. And a fuel. So we're going to need a fuel and we're going to need a steel. Is what we're going to need to be close to. Then of course we'll have to do something with the limestone, or the lime. I'll have to pipe the lime somewhere that we're making up here in the plant, or right there. All right. Now the question is, where is steel? That's iron. That makes that steel. Right? All right, so that's steel right there. And that's feeding directly into here, because it's the only thing right now we've been using the steel ingots for. So we're going to have to take a line out from that. And we're going to have to take a line from that. No, that won't squeeze there. We can maybe squeeze it in here somewhere. I mean, this part of it, we can pipe a little bit, or we can belt a little bit. This, it's going to be the easiest, is to just keep it in line. So it's a blast furnace, an electric furnace, and a, what you call it, typical, straightforward blast furnace. No, we can't do it there. Well, or could we? Blast furnace, space, induction furnace. Well, hell, we could even do it here. Right? We could do that there. Blast furnace. Space induction furnace. Right next to it is a casting machine. Cobalt steel. Cobalt steel plate. Cobalt ingots. Right, and that's our standard setup here, which we normally put one in between them. So then this has to have carbon, fuel. Well, fuel is easy. And then we're going to make carbon. Is this carbon? I think that's carbon, isn't it? That is carbon. That is carbon. Well, shit. If that's carbon, we can do this. Right? So that would be carbon. Then we need the ore. ore comes down, goes in here. This needs steel, right? And we decided we're going to take the steel from here. So if we do that, what are we missing? We're missing iron. Okay. So iron will come down. We'll get our steel. Steel will go over here. That'll give us carbon ingot, cobalt ingots. That will give us our steel plate. For now, we're going to do that. See if that works. How many does it require? 24. Jeez. Yeah, we're going to have to... We have slowed down iron Y. Oh, because we cut so much of it off from up there that we're now... Because we had so much that we decided we had too much. Now we don't have enough. It's making it. It's just going to take a while. What is this? Lead is backed up. We'll have to address that. We're not going to address it here. We'll address it offline. I'll figure out why that is backed up. I think it's because I got too much lead. So I'll just have to store some more lead and we'll open that back up. See if we can wipe some from here. I just want to make sure it works. There's 17, 19. I didn't want to do that. What's this expecting? Steel plate, molten steel. All right. Molten steel from steel. All right. Yep, it looks like it's working. Now we have cobalt steel. Okay. So this looks like it's functioning. It's sending it back up. This is all processing. Is this one processing? And if not, why? Because it is not getting rid of... Oh, okay. So this needs to move over by one because we took where it lays down at. Need it to reach long, not short. Alright, so that one's working now. That one's working, that one's working. That one's working, but it's not getting out as fast because it's not... Wonder. Yeah, that'll work. So, because I'm sitting it on this side of the belt, it's going to side load onto this. If I set it on this side, it won't side load. But that side, it'll side load. There we go. We solved the 2 output problem. Now let's just get rid of the junk we don't need. Now these should both be Yep, okay. This one is not Y. 7, 1. Because it's not, okay. It's only getting 1. That's getting 3. This is getting 1. Well, now it's getting 2. So it'll be a little slower than this one, but it's now getting 2. Wow, we really shoehorned that in there, guys. All right. Oh, I didn't get all of the... There we go. All right, so that's backing up because it's not processing it as fast as that, but that's okay. At least we're getting it. Now let's go over here and check on this over here and see how this is doing. All right, so we got a little bit of time before we have to worry about this. But I think when we get the chance, I think I'm going to send it down here to turn it into concrete. Because we don't necessarily need that. So I'll bring it down here and we'll prioritize this over this. So what we'll do is we'll have that come in there, right? And that will be our line from up there. And then, do we have any red? We need electronic circuits. We need grid circuits to do it. All right. I'm not going to run all the way up and grab more red wire. We're just going to make some real quick. What we'll do is we'll go from here to here. We'll tell this, read belt contents, hold, right? We'll tell this, enable if lime is less than 8. So because it's less than 8, it's going to turn on. But as soon as we bring the lime down from up here, should have run our belt while we were at it. And because we want to do 8, we want it balanced on that line. Then where is it? There it is. We'll just let it get rid of it. All right, so what will happen is this will come down here. And when this sees 8, it'll turn this off. Just got to wait for it to get down here now. Should have brought a handful of it down with me. Oh well. We can do that because we can turn around and do this. And do that on that side. And as soon as we hit 8, there it is, it's off. So this will not turn on and process lime as long as there's lime here. That should keep us from getting backed up because we're constantly grabbing off of this concrete. Now we could just to prevent it from getting really stupid, do this. Just in case. And when we see this, we can come up here and empty that out or whatever. All right, I think we got it, guys. I think we're making cobalt. Not bad, not bad. All right. How much we got? Yeah, we're doing all right. Make that a bigger box for now. We'll offline, I'll bring that over and we'll put that on the bus, probably. The big thing was we needed it for our artillery. Between episodes, I'm going to go address that lead issue. All right, I will talk to you guys later. See you in the next episode.